Hi guys, Angie Bells, my fairy treasures. Okay, I'm back. So I finished coloring up my girls and I cut them out so that we can collage them into place like I have here. So I've finished coloring her up and I have her here and we're gonna collage her in here. And then we're gonna do some shading around it so they look like they belong there. So that's how she ended up. Now, at the end of this, after we're done finishing up this page, you guys, I'm going to do, if you want to stay and watch, I'm going to show you how I colored, here's the girl. I'm going to show you how I colored her hat. Let me show you on a larger scale. Because remember, the last time we left, I did the sampling of the hair, and I showed you how I did the face and the neck, but I didn't show you how I did this hat. And you guys, I did the base of this hat with the Holtz Distress Oxides. And this wine color here is the Holtz Distress Oxides. And then I shaded it with the Prismacolor pencil. So if you want to see how I did that, and then how I did the eyeglasses and all that, you can stay at the end and I'll show you how I did the whole hat thing, including the glasses and everything. Very simple, but really cool. Especially using you can use the Holtz Distress inks to color with, you guys. So that's exciting. Okay, so let's glue our girls into place. Oh, and what I did is I took the girls and I made color copies. So that was the original I just showed you. I made color copies and then I cut them out. Okay, should explain that part. Sometimes I shrink them down. I print them out as a 5x8 if I make the girl really big. But this time I didn't make the girls so big that I even had to shrink them down to a 5x8 size. I just used the normal size of what I drew them out to be. And if you want to do a page like this, you're inspired to do a vintage background and then do some girls. You have stamps for your girls. You can use magazines. You can use coloring book pages and color your own girl and use maybe some of the techniques that I showed you here. So many options. So you can do a napkin as a focal point. A girl that you like as a focal point that's in a napkin. There's so many options. Okay, I have a magazine like I always do over here on the side. Sometimes I use a phone book, which I should use the phone book that Rose gave me, but I got the magazine out already. All right, as a glue surface. So I'm just going to be over here on the side for a second using some Eileen's Tacky, and let me apply the glue. The reason I'm using Eileen's Tacky, I've mentioned it a million times, but you know, always new people. The reason I'm using Eileen's Tacky instead of like a Mod Podge, it's really extra sticky and it's really nice and thick. And I'm using, when I copied my girl, I copied her onto cardstock. So I'm just looking for my glue brush. There we go. I copied her onto cardstock. And you guys know cardstock's a lot thicker. So when you have a thicker paper, something like Eileen's Tacky is so much better to use. Okay, so I kind of decided where I wanted to place her, right here. I really didn't want to cover up that clock because I just love it, but it looked really good right next to that right there. Let me grab a baby wipe really quick. Okay, grab a paper towel. And let's paste her down. And then we're going to do some shading around her so we can really make her look like she belongs into the picture. Not like she's pasted in. But you guys know I'm all about collage. And I love being able to do my girls separately and not just draw her right on top of all this other background. And then this way I can get her exactly how I want her. Otherwise, you have to accept the texture and the colors below on your background. And my background is so textured. There's already so much print on there. All right. Sometimes the best thing to make sure your collage bit is down is just using your hands, because you can really press over any textury parts to... There we go. So she's down. All right, so let me turn my magazine page here. And this is what I'm talking about. I use the magazine. When I'm done gluing, I just turn the page and I have a fresh start. So we're going to take our girl and now put some Eileen's Tacky on here. You guys, Dollar Tree has Eileen's Tacky most of the time. The size bottle I'm using right now, this one right here. So that's a good little deal. And since most of the people who watch my channel also watch my Dollar Tree hauls, just to let you know, so you can pick some up when you're there. Okay. That's a glue for sure to always just have around. And suppose you don't have any collage medium, you could always just use Eileen's Tacky to glue down whatever. Even if it's thinner pieces of paper. Even if it's thinner than cardstock, it's still a really nice glue. All right, where did I want my girl to go to? I think I wanted her right here, yeah. Make sure that I'm still in frame. So, yep, in frame so you guys can see both. And we'll do close-ups so you guys can see everything really close up. Because I know I'm working out a little bit far right now. But I think what I'm doing right now is better to see from afar so that you can see the whole thing. We're going to use these girls again. Or at least one of them. Maybe both of them. In another steampunk world that I'm creating. I'll give you a little sneak peek here in a second. Just make sure that this is down. Let's make sure we got this down. Yeah, we got her down. Love me some Eileen's Tacky glue. Okay, put that into the water. And see how you have this glue mask? Now you do is just turn the page. And now you have a nice fresh glue surface for the next time. And it keeps your glass mat from being all sticky. I mean, you could use your glass mat, but I don't like tacky glue stuff everywhere and then have to clean it up. This way it just goes away. That reminded me of something that somebody said. Anyway, I won't even talk about that. Okay. This is what we're going to use the girls in next. See the top of this? Okay. And hopefully I have enough room to get basically down to the bottom. Yeah, I do. And there's black down here painted in. And what this is, it's when I take collage and I collage all these different things together to create one of my worlds. A lot of times I like to create fairy worlds, but I wanted to create kind of a steampunk type of world. So I glued in this building here, this building, this light fixture of some sort, this big huge watch. These are nail polish bottles. And this is, I don't know, some type of silvery fabric. And then what I did to make it look really extra steampunky, I took acrylic paint and put it all in the background. And this will be like galaxy and stars and all of that. And there'll be water pouring out of everywhere. And we'll just create this whole cool steampunk world. And then I want one of my girls to go into this steampunk world. So either her or maybe both of them. We'll see. So that's the thing we're going to work on next. And the reason what I like to do is I like to go ahead and choose my collage bits, collage them all together, and then show you how I take acrylic paint and turn this whole thing into like a steampunk world. Like I said, sometimes I do fairy worlds most of the time, but I wanted to do a steampunk world. So if you have never watched one of those videos, look forward to that. That'll be one of my next videos. And we'll put one of these girls or both these girls in that world. Okay. Just wanted to share that with you so you know where we're going next. Okay. What am I doing? Oh, we need to do some shading. So let me get out my, put that over there. Let me get out my Stabilo. I'm going to get my Stabilo. You can use a Stabilo or you can use a watercolor pencil. Either one. Oh, good. I'll use this one because it's already... Rose, girl, thank you so much. I have so many Stabilos now because of you. You sent me... I think you've sent me 4 of them all together. Thanks, girl. And then, is it over here? And then, or you can use a water-soluble crayon too. So you can use a watercolor pencil, water-soluble crayon to do what I'm about to do. Okay. This is a Jane Davenport water-soluble crayon. You can use a Faber-Castell Gelato water-soluble crayon. You can even use an oil pastel, which you don't use water with this. You just rub real hard. Okay, just to give you choices, because not everybody has the same stuff. Okay, and I used to use the watercolor pencil for a long time. And the reason I like the pencil for the shading for the girl more than I like the stick. The stick like this, the water-soluble crayon, I like to do the edges around. But the pencil, you can get in. You can still use this and go around her. But you can really get in around her when you have the pencil. The Stabilo or a black watercolor pencil. Okay, let's go. So let's do some shading. And get our girl in here. And Penny, you'll be happy to know, instead of my DNA, ooh, I have a baby wipe right here to wet my finger, to smear. Just giving you crap, girl. She always says, oh, nice to you shared your DNA with everybody. Because instead of wetting my finger, I would just use my spit. I sometimes have kind of a very crass sense of humor. As you can see. Okay. Some things will strike me funny that people don't normally think is funny. They'll be like, okay, that wasn't that funny. I'm the type of person, like, if somebody falls, oh my God, I want to laugh so bad. I don't always laugh because the person might be really hurt. So, of course, if they're really hurt, I wouldn't sit there and laugh. But if they're not hurt, I'm the first one to laugh. But I'm also the first one to laugh if I fall. Like, you know, if I trip over something and I hit the ground. Believe me, I'm laughing at myself, too. It isn't just I laugh at other people. It just strikes me funny. Like, I like to watch those videos where, like, people be on skateboards or whatever and they go crashing. I know that sounds horrible, but I don't know why. That stuff just really cracks me up. But like I said, if I'm doing something and I fall, I'm laughing at myself, too. So, I don't know. Is anybody else like that out there? Some people are like, no, that's so rude. Hey, but at least I'm laughing at myself too, not just laughing at others. If I fall or trip or something, believe me, I'm on the ground forever. Someone has to pick me up off the ground because I'm just rolling, laughing at myself. Believe that. One time I walked right into a clear glass door at my friend's job. She worked at the movie theater, and the glass door just went forever. Like, the glass window and door went forever, and it was so clean. She had just cleaned it. You couldn't even tell. I thought the damn door was open. I ran right into it. Boy, me and her could not stop laughing for hours. Anyway. Okay, so I did that shading around like that, which I think looks great. Now let's go over to our girl and do some shading over here. I gotta move my book over, so she won't be in focus for a little bit, which is fine. Okay. Looking to see. Oh, I need to add the eyelashes back on her too. I'll do that in a sec. I'll do that right now. I need a little, because I had to cut the eyelashes off of her because you can't see them anyway. All right, put the eyelashes back, but you can't see. There's so much crap going on. It doesn't matter. Look, you can't even see those eyelashes. I suppose if you really focus on it, you could, but... just creating some nice shading going around. And it really just really frames your girl or any of your focal points and just brings them into the picture. Let's finish up this shading going around. I'm really excited to show you guys how I painted that hat, or how I colored up that hat with the Tim Holtz. It's not the first time I've used the Tim Holtz to color with, but it's the first time I've used it with using Vintage Photo though. And I've only done it a couple times, but I'm going to start coloring with his distressed inks a lot more. It's fabulous. It's fabulous to color with. You guys are gonna see. Okay. Okay, that looks good. The other thing is, let's just let me move my book back over. I'll move that down so you guys can see that. This book is so dang big. And we're going to take my watercolor soluble crayon, which is Jane Davenport, which I love. Look at these. Aren't they fabulous? I need to use these more, like the rest of the colors. I need to use them more. She made them look like lipsticks. Isn't that so cool? Look. Love it. Oh my God, I would love to have my... Oh my gosh, that just came out. What the heck? I may or may not be using this. Is that just going to fall out? Dang. What happened? Let me see if I can use this without it falling. We'll see. If it falls out, then... Alright, staying in there right now. Okay, anyway, what I was saying is, I would love to have... You know, let me take this black wax paper off of here, because I can't tell what the edge is. I would love to have my own, like everybody, I'd love to have my own mixed media line of products, of art supplies. Oh my God. You guys already know. All the containers, I'd have one whole line with the containers are in like something that's a fairy, like fairy wings. I'd have another one with all mermaid tails. Another one with like, you know, shaped in the shape of unicorns. Oh. I'd be one fairy tale mess is what I would be. Okay, this is so much better. You need that wax paper in there to protect your pages, but once that's over with, oh, now I can see the true edges of my work here. Oh, also, just a second. Let me cut off whatever collage bits I have sticking over. This will help so I can see what the edges are. Okay. All right. Continuing on. Now I can truly see what the edges are. Okay. Did I already do this page? Oh, I already did the edges on this page. I don't know why I didn't do the edges on this page. Oh well. Well, probably because I wanted to do it with you guys. Okay. So let's wet my finger and start smearing. Get ourselves a nice border going. Oh, I love this spread. I think this turned out really, really pretty. I might do, I probably will do some prints of this work. And hopefully stop being lazy and get some stuff up in my shop and post it on Instagram, let you guys know if you want to purchase any prints. Okay. Yeah, I think a print of this would be really, really cool. It'd be two different prints. It'd be a print of this page and then a print of this page. So it'd be two different pictures, which is kind of cool. Two different pictures that kind of like totally go together though. Love it. Okay, so this is some of the collage bits that were going over the edge here. Let me rip those off. Okay, let me do a close-up. Pull that over there. Oh, one other thing I want to show you guys. Well, I'll show it to you when I do the close-up. Okay, so let's bring this in a little closer so you guys can see. So there's the top of this one. Oh, it looks so cool. See, I think this is what all the layers does. That's how cool it makes everything look. Okay, I want to show you something about her hair that I didn't show you. Remember I showed you yesterday about you use a light, medium, a dark gray, and a white. Okay, also I used the black. And where I use the black at is like right here. Right in the crux, like right where the strand starts, you put a little black right in here. It just really accentuates that hair strand. And then the very end over here, at the very other end, just throw a little black right in the corner. Then you just blend it out with your blender pencil into that darker gray color. Just wanted to show you that because, I don't know, I forgot. I don't know, I forgot. All right. There's always so much to remember. Okay, this is what I wanted. So, let me show you the other page, what it turned out like. Very cool. And if you are entering, if you're looking at all this right now, and you don't know how we even got here to the background, I will attach a video onto this one about the background, and then it'll take you all the way through, even of how we colored the girls too. I didn't color this girl on camera. I colored the other one on camera. Oh, I think it turned out really cool. Okay, so this is one of my new favorite pages. Okay, let me come back in. And it's probably one of my new favorite pages because I use so much in the background. I did so much layers of collage. And I love, the more layering of collaging you do, just the more depth or energy you get from the piece, in my opinion. Okay, so now, I love how this turned out. I hope you guys like it. I do want to show you how I created this hat. So, or how I colored this hat in with the Tim Holtz Distress ink. So I'm going to take this away, put this on the ground, and I made a print of the girl. Oh, that's a piece of, just a second, that's a piece of that crayon, and if I don't get rid of that, that's going to be everywhere, black everywhere forever. Okay, let me get that off my hand. Okay, so I went ahead and made another print of this girl so I can show you how I do the hat. So let's come in close on this so you can see how I did the hat. Okay, that's good. All right, so what I did, do I have my brush? Where's my brush at? There we go. So what I did is I took the Distress Oxide. I did the Vintage Photo Distress Oxides. So you can do this also with just the Distress, also the same technique, and you're going to get, it's going to look cool. Not as cool as the Distress Oxides because you want that oxidation. Okay, and then I took a makeup brush, just like how I did with the pastels, and just go like this, and also hit the tip, so if you need to, and lay the color down. Okay. Okay. And if it looks a little uneven, it doesn't matter. We're going to hit this with water so it can oxidize out. So everything's going to look all... It makes the hat look more old. It gives the hat some age, which of course I love. And then let's go in between here, in between the glasses. So I'm just loading up the tip right now so I can really get in here and just add some of this oxide in here, in these little spots. Okay. And now let's get some color, get some of this on the brim of the hat. And for this part here, for this little band, we're going to use one of my new favorite colors called Age Mahogany. Oh, I have had this for years, never even used the color. I used it one day and I was like, that color is everything. I need to start using that. And this is the kind of advice I try to give myself. Every time you go to color something, whether it's a coloring book page or it's your own art or whatever, your mixed media, look in your room and choose some products that you have never used or you rarely ever use. And choose colors that you've never used if they go along with what you're doing, because this way you're going to expand, you know, your art supplies. You're also going to expand your knowledge of how to use the art supplies and how it works with what you like to do. So okay, so this hat now is all done. I have color. I have my Tim Holtz Distress Oxide all over the place. Okay. And you just use a makeup brush for that. Just one second, guys. I'm going to check something. The mahogany color I just told you about, it's going to be just the ink. It's not going to be an oxide. I don't think I have that in oxide. I think I only have it in the ink. But you know I'm going to get it in the oxide. I'm just looking through all my inks. All my Tim Holtz inks. Just a second. Because I could have sworn I had an oxide of that, but I guess I don't. All right. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll tell you right now. See, this is a Distress Oxide. It says it right here. And then this is just Distress ink. They'll both will get all, you know, distressed out, but this distresses and oxides. So that's the beauty of that. Okay, so now let's add a little bit of water onto, just hit it all, it's a little bit of water. And then you're going to see this do its work. You want all that distress look. And so you get this nice steampunky, distressed looking hat. It does a lot of work for you. Like if you want to when you want to make a distressed hat, I have to use a lot of different colors and start creating texture. This just does it for you. It looks like I did a whole lot more than I did to create a distressed hat. Look how cool that's looking. Now we're going to let that dry. We're going to hit it with the blow dryer here in a second. But while that's drying, let's go ahead and do the little band on there. With that mahogany color. You can come in a little closer. Okay, a lot closer. Okay. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? That's what I was saying. This mahogany, you guys, everybody, get this age mahogany in your life. This color is gorgeous. I do not know why I've been messing up and not using that color. Okay. Look how beautiful this is going to be. Oh, just love it. Look how gorgeous that is. And we're going to do some shading on this whole thing still. I'm still going to use Prismacolor pencil and do some shading. But look how beautiful that looks. Absolutely love that. Just a second. Okay, while everything is oxidizing and drying, I'm going to come in with my black Prismacolor pencil, and I'm going to go around the glasses. Make sure I'm in frame. Oh. You guys know I'm always trying to make sure I'm in frame, but it's even more important when you zoom in, because you can get out of frame so easily once you zoom in. Okay, so this is the frame of the glasses. I'm doing it in black. And we'll throw some highlights on it at the end. Okay, so we're just doing the frame. And we're going to go back to the hat here in a minute. But we can do enough right now to let that dry and do its oxidizing. And then let's hit this here. Okay. Cool. Okay, and then I did some Jane Davenport's watercolor pencils, Jane Davenport's watercolors, and I'm going to use the lighter purple there. And when you use watercolor on, like, to tint the glasses, it makes it just like the eyeballs. It makes it look more like glass. That's why I like to use watercolor, because it's more like you can see through it, you know? Just like an eyeball, it needs to look real, you know, wet and watery and see-through. It's, you know, so do glasses. So, no matter what color, I could have made these, I could have made this blue. Teal, I could have done whatever color. But we're going to have purple colored glasses. Okay, so we need to let that dry. So this is kind of fun. This is a bunch of little lessons how to color, like basically how to color glass, you know, like how to color some glasses too. So, okay. If you like how I'm doing this, I shouldn't be presumptuous. You may be like, girl, I don't like how you're doing none of that. We're like, okay. So let's hit the dryer with all of this. We're gonna get some pencils out in a second, but let's blow dry this. Okay, I am loving how this dried. See how this dried, how aged it looks? See how everything looks kind of muddled, and it makes the hat look leathery. It makes the hat look old, which is exactly what I want. Okay, so now I'm going to take dark umber, and I'm I'm going to take dark umber, Prismacolor pencil dark umber, and we're going to start shading. And just a nice medium pressure. And I'm going to add a little bit more shading over here on this side. Okay, and we're going to use my blender pencil in just a minute and blend all that out. Let's add some shading here. And all in through here. And right there. We'll add some shading in through here like this. Add a little bit there, and then we'll shade this hat.